Hello, everybody. This is Marianne from Revealing Light, Tarot, Astrology, and Spirituality. I wanted to jump on quickly today to let you know that I did test, obviously, COVID positive. Everyone in my house is COVID 19 positive. However, I want to say this, that it has been going surprisingly well for me and for everyone else in varying degrees. The biggest symptom for me has been fatigue and a little bit of breathlessness. But here's what I think has occurred. I have felt the power of your intentions, your prayers. In fact, one viewer recited a healing protective prayer in the Egyptian language. It was an Egyptian prayer, and I just felt very, very protected. So I'm on day 4 at this time, so I'm not over it yet, but I have just vacuumed the lounge room. So, and yes, I'm going to be resting for the rest of the day, but it's just a matter of pacing myself. But I did want to get on and thank each and every viewer for your prayers, because and the light and everything that you sent for healing, because we did pretty well. We're doing pretty well. Okay, so thank you. Let's get started on a quick reading today. I hope it's quick. I won't go into too much preamble other than to say that Russia has been kicked out of the UN Human Rights Council. Absolutely the right thing to do. Perhaps we'll see more lines in the sand so that anyone else committing atrocities to lose their seat on that Human Rights Council. I think my personal views is the invasion of Ukraine has exposed the flimsiness of our international structures, and that they probably haven't been working well for some time, and that now we're seeing just how they don't really work if a sovereignty of another country is taken away, an invasion occur, and war crimes and genocide occurs, as we've seen in Bucha and other places in Ukraine, while we slept, while we watched on social media. That occurred in 2022. So where to now is a good deep dive for our readings in the future. I feel that there will be a remaking of defence alliances, particularly in that part of Europe surrounding Ukraine, perhaps. Anyway, that's for a later time. I currently want to see, with Putin and the Russian army retreating from Kyiv, concentrating in the east of Ukraine in those seaport areas. Many Russian experts are predicting that it is only a matter of time before he's removed from power. Where's his off-ramp? Where's his win in all of this? Given that the Russian economy, Russia is basically a pariah state now, and will take a long time to recover from this. They certainly can't. It's not business as usual with Putin at the helm. It's almost inevitable. There's that judgment card that there will be a new leader in Russia. So let's just see what's his next move, because he will need a win. What is it going to be? Putin, what's your next move? Vladimir Putin. Let's see if I can get anything clairvoyantly. Well, I have to be honest, I am seeing a cross, a gravestone. What's Putin's? So there's a fish, there's some kind of, I guess, fishing around what he can gain. And I think one of the most important considerations for him at this time is saving face with his people. Russian Poles, even though they might predict or might say that they're on Putin's side. The people who are answering the pulses know exactly what's going to happen to them if they answer incorrectly. Okay. So I think he's more concerned about internal opposition now than he is even about the West. Okay. Putin. What's your next move in Ukraine? Putin, what's your next move in Ukraine? So I'm seeing a javelin. I don't know what that is in regard to. Okay, I'm getting the Wheel of Fortune as the signifier card. So he's looking for luck. Literally, he's looking for something to go his way. He's searching. He's on the fishing expedition for gains. And he's looking, obviously trying to look in all the right places. So gains where? Gains with his own allies, gains with Ukraine, gains internally with his own people, gains within the Kremlin. He's looking for gaps and gains. Now we have here the Ten of Cups. What's crossing the Wheel of Fortune is the Russian people. And I am getting a really big draw to the internal machinations of politics and political leadership within Russia has probably reached a new level that maybe intelligence is not telling us about. They would obviously know, Western intelligence. There is also this matter of sanctions against his family, which would obviously be his daughters be triggering. Ten of Cups is the family card. So he's looking now for a change in fortune in relation to his own political power within Russia. We have here the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is skill around money. It is somebody who has a great skill. The Eight of Pentacles, the Apprentice. It's also the card of the Apprentice. It in this deck can be what a tangled web we weave, and that in a way he is caught within that web of his own making. Who is the next in line after Putin? Who is Putin's apprentice? I do feel that's valid to bring forward in this reading, that we should watch for who might take over from him, because I feel it's coming in the cards here. So in the past we have the the Six of Cups. So deep roots in the past, but it is in the past. And again, I feel that his era is finished already, only we just don't know it. There are deep roots here that go down to the past. Perhaps he is wedded in the past, stuck in the past. Number 6 is also a healing, the number of healing from the past. So in the sky we have the Seven of Wands. So he is defending himself. That's the potential, or will need to defend himself. I have felt that Russia itself could be under attack. And I said that a couple of days later, Ukraine flew those helicopters over the oil refineries. And of course, the retaliation was swift and brutal from Russia. There's him having, given this is what's your next move, there's defense here, him having to defend himself. Really from those that would seek to remove him from power. The Moon card is in the immediate future. This is something we can't see. This is in the shadows, what lurks in the shadows. The Moon card is an overwhelming emotion. It can also be the card of madness. So there could be a number of possibilities here. There could be some kind of new defensive system he might unleash that we don't really know about. Has used hypersonic missiles. As a result, the West have formed an alliance here with Australia, US and the UK to really accelerate the development of hypersonic missiles. But I feel I'm really getting a draw to internal machinations at the Kremlin here in this reading so far. So we have the Nine of Wands, so barriers, separation, world weariness after battle, needing to put the guard up because in a way, the Russian army some would say, has been beaten. So Putin's looking for that victory that he can take to the Russian people. We have the King of Wands, which is my card for Zelensky. That's in the environment around. The fact that they retreated, and they retreated quickly and couldn't clean up their war crimes from Bucha and other areas. There's been international condemnation, and it goes beyond just Putin. It is directed to the Russian army, the war crimes of the Russian army. In the hopes and fears, we have the Nine of Swords. I think that's a good card for Putin's energy, a great deal of anxiety and also paranoia. Zelensky, he's focusing his rage on Zelensky, but at the same time, he doesn't underestimate the Ukrainians anymore. He's looking for a border, a hard border that he can, obviously taking areas that are already occupied by the Russian separatists and putting up a hard border there. I think that's going to be what he wants. Mother of Cups, something emerging, something being revealed that we aren't aware of now. This is the Queen of Cups. Something being revealed to us is the ultimate outcome card sitting along the Seven of Wands. Again, I get more of a draw to internal moves to take him out of power. The Sun card, Mother of Cups, that it's always with Putin. You get one thing and then you get another. It's like a sword, to a double-edged sword, that he could still unleash some kind of weapon that we haven't really envisaged. I'm now getting the Three of Cups. I think this is more around, to me, perhaps three parties within the Kremlin who are actively plotting. Could be three oligarchs. So the oligarchs won't do it themselves. They will simply pay those with arms and weapons that surround Putin to do something. I'll do a clarification, but the Ten of Swords is coming up to clarify this Three of Cups. So I feel that there is currently plots, perhaps involving three parties. Is that the FSB, the oligarchs, and those that guard Putin in the Russian army, or his personal defense detail? There are three people involved in a plot to take him out. The Mother of Cups, he doesn't let anybody get close to him. He always has the barriers. But we have the Seven of Cups, which is the illusion and delusion. He will not be able to see it coming. And we've got strength, and it is those close to him. So it could even be someone within the Russian army. One more question before I fade out of energy here. Perhaps an indication of how much longer Putin will be in power. How much longer? If these cards are reading that, or I am reading that there is this plot involving three parties, to assassinate him. How much longer? We've got the Four of Wands. This is the family card. Is it somebody within his own family that will betray him? Perhaps someone we aren't immediately aware of. I'm not talking his daughters. Let's have a look. Just a few yes-nos. Will he be taken out of power within the next 3 months? Will he be taken out of power within the next 3 months? So we have here the Eight of Cups. Looks like resign. So, you know, standing down, walking away. The Sun of Wands. The Knight of Wands. Movement. Could even be relocation, exile, for example. Paused. Okay, so what the Hanged Man? Something suspended. His power suspended. And we have the King of Wands. Again, my card for Zelensky. But it could be somebody that is a fire sign around close to him. It looks like there's a standing down, like a resignation, a walking away. What's at the base of the pack? The Ten of Pentacles, the oligarchs within the government, within the Kremlin government, the Hierophant, and the Seven of Pentacles. Again, this coming up with another plan because the harvest hasn't come through. The wealth is draining away. And we have the Two of Cups, contracts and deals. Somebody is making a deal right now with the Ace of Pentacles. Perhaps a contract. A contract. It looks like there's loss here for Putin, which is very consistent with all my readings. Time frames within the next 3 months. I certainly got strong cards, but as I say to all my viewers, timing with tarot is very hard to predict. Very hard to predict. Well, I find it hard to predict. So I'm going to say that those cards look like he would be suffering a huge loss. Perhaps someone negotiating behind closed doors to get rid of him. Let's just put it like that, get rid of him. Force his hand, could even be resignation due to ill health, that sort of thing. It may not necessarily be an assassination yet. Okay, anything else? One last question. I know I say one last question. Oh, will he do something unforeseen in the next, by May 9th, which is when they say, the pundits say he wants a victory. Will he do something unforeseen and radical in the next, before May 9th or by May 9th to have some sort of victory? I feel he wants the deal and he wants the borders negotiated so that more of Ukraine come through to Russia. Sun of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, that's slow, sustainable, consistency. It's not a radical card, but here we have the King of Swords crossing that. So something about the slowness or the sustainability is crossed by the King of Swords. Strategy, looking for consistency, sustainable. Is it sustainable? It isn't without strategy. The Fool card, looking for something new, a new start. The Ten of Pentacles in the past, that is the card of wealth. It's my card for dark money for the oligarchs, so much of which is in America and other places. The Magician, manifestation. What is he trying to manifest? The Two of Pentacles. Okay, so he's looking for some of these sanctions to be lifted. The Three of Cups, support in the here and now. You know what that card meant. And a crossroads. Okay, so decisions, heavy decisions that need to be made. The Seven of Pentacles, everything's under review. We should not underestimate Putin, but we shouldn't overestimate as well. He's suffered huge losses in this invasion. He's looking for a way out, to save face with with the Russian people, we have the outcome, the High Priestess, which always worries me. But I have, because it means something is coming into form that we haven't seen just yet. It's clarified by the Hierophant, which is the government. And we've got the Star. These are good cards. Okay, I don't think, I'm going to go out on a limb here. We've got Retreat. And we've got the Queen of Swords and the Barrier, the Nine of Wands and the Nine of Swords. So I feel with these outcome cards, I asked, was he going to plan something? I got the High Priestess. This is a Piscean energy for me. And we've got Jupiter and Neptune conjunct in Pisces coming up. So by that time frame, I see this easing off and further clarified by the Star card. So what are we manifesting? I think there's a piece still here. I think he would be satisfied with a acknowledgement of those Russian separatists area as part of Russia. I think he would. They're already occupied by Russian separatists, so a formal recognition of those. I don't think he's going to get Mariupol. I don't think he's going to get Odessa. It would be the regions that are currently already occupied. So he would say that would be his aim all along, to save face. But this reading shows just how precarious his position is in Russia at this time, not only with the Russian people, but with the oligarchs and any kind of money they can pay either the FSB or those that guard Putin to force his hand in some way. And what is that forcing of his hand? If it's not assassination, it's removal of power. So, interesting times. That's what I get as an update to the invasion of Ukraine. And it is so good to see Russia booted out of the Human Rights Council of the United Nations, because right now we're very disenchanted with the United Nations and the toothless tiger scenario, and with what occurred in Bucha and other places is something that will be remembered. It won't be forgotten. Okay, thank you for tuning in. Bye for now.